don't over-rely on Social Security. And I think this is probably something that most of us don't have too much problem doing, because I think that's, as far as what I get in feedback in the meeting rooms, most people are not planning to over-rely on Social Security in theory. Now, that doesn't mean they've done the things
I was
that
going to
they
say
need to do.
in theory, but not an application based on the research we're seeing.
Exactly. Their attitude towards Social Security is to not over-rely on it. But let's go through some of the numbers. I mean, obviously, we've talked about this before. Before the pandemic hit, the Social Security Trust Fund was projected to be depleted by 2035. I think they've ratcheted that up a year or two now in the last report I saw. So what does that mean? Well, that basically means if nothing is changed, no legislation to change the way Social Security tax could be increased, the ages, they could change all the dynamics with Social Security payments, but if they don't, and we reach that date of either somewhere between 2033 and 2035, there will not be enough money in the trust fund to pay the retirees' checks. However, that does not mean Social Security goes away, right? They've basically estimated that if nothing changes, there would still be enough money to pay out about 78% of benefits. So you'd see a reduction, but there would still be Social Security, and unless they abolish it, which I don't think there's any politician in the world that has the appetite for that, Social Security must continue.
So let's put some numbers to this. 75% is easier math than 78%. So just for some round numbers, if you have a $2,000 benefit, it's not that all $2,000 is going to go away. It would be just north of $1,500 a month that you would still be receiving. And obviously, if you've got spouses that were $4,000 combined, then you're still talking about getting just north of $3,000 a month still coming in. So again, not the complete, depletion of your check. It's a depletion of the reserves that were bridging the gap in that amount that you receive each month.
And I think it's important to note the way that it's paid for those that don't, because when they hear that, they might be like, okay, sure. When we're working this month and paying our Social Security taxes, those are actually distributed in next month's checks. So it's not like that reserve fund purely runs that. As you mentioned, it is a supplement. So as long as there's a workforce, then there are people paying in to pay next month's benefits. So that workforce does affect how much is available for next month's benefits too, which is why we saw where it was 2035 and it dropped back because of COVID and people not working and paying those taxes.
Now, I think it's important to point out that our view at GenWealth is that something will be done. Legislation will be enacted sometime around December of 2033. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to be at the last hour. We know that. They're kicking the can, but small little changes, a little increase in taxes, increase in full retirement age can make a huge difference. And I think it's wise to still plan on a full benefit in your retirement if you're a Gen Xer. Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.